Hey, how's things? Today we're gonna pinstripe this car. Yesterday I took off the old pinstripes. They were like broke. They were 20 something years old. So the 2002 Toyota Avalon. So I took off with the old pinstripes and cleaned it off with acetone. Just get some acetone on a rag. Put it on like that. Get any kind of excess glue off of it. Get the other rag. Get it off. And there you have a nice surface. See how it's not sliding? It's not got wax or anything like that on it. You're removing the wax, grease, and the old glue. But you have to be careful when you're using acetone or any kind of thinner or like goof off or anything like that. This is original factory paint, which is pretty durable, right? So I can use acetone on it. If your car has been repainted, you know, like more of a budget style, like even aerosol patches or anything like that, there's a good chance you could take the paint off. So you really should test it in an area like underneath the fender, or you know, like that is a good spot, like down here somewhere, to see if it's, you know, going to take your paint off. But use a very light amount. Go like that, check it, see if the paint color comes off on it. If it does, do not use that. Use something else. You can use soapy water and stuff like that. Don't use an abrasive, soft cloth. Anyway, we're going with the acetone. So I've been over and cleaned this already. Let me show you a couple other things on here. All right, when I'm starting the stripe, I'll obviously start at the front right here. I could start at the back. Either way, you're starting at either end. This is 14 feet long. The roll comes in 40 feet, so that gives you plenty of tape. But here, I've put a mark on there with a pen. I measured 1/4 inch above this. Is called a swage line. Well, that's what we used to call it in Scotland in the trade. See the line of the car? Measured 1/4 inch up and marked it with a pen, because that comes off easily. Up like a little bit of my acetone. Takes it right off. So you can mark it with a pen, or you can mark it with a blue piece of painter's tape that's 1/4 inch above the swage line, measured with the tape measure, and then same at the end. But also another option, I'm going to demonstrate with a piece of painter's tape. You can just come along with your say your fine line tape, and you're going to stretch it like that all the way back and come up to it and land right on the end like that. But look, you can use your eye. You can see all the way down that swage line. So you can practice with a piece of painter's tape. If you look down the line right there. So if you're not sure in the first place, just get your painter's tape. And that's stuck pretty good. Look at that. Peel it off. So you can do it the full length of the car. Don't cut nothing until you get it set down. I'm eyeballing it down the line there, and there you go. Pulled nice and tight, and you go back and push it on like that. And that's how you place your coach line. You can look down that line right there. Look down the edge of your car. So get it nice and clean. Mark if you need to. And then we'll get on with the tape. Let me get ready. Okay, so here we go. I've marked the 1/4 inch right here. The reason I'm starting at the back is because it's going to be easier for me. I'm going to be running this direction. I'm going to have the thick line. The thick line is going to be at the bottom, right? And the roll just so happens to come this way. If I wanted to start at the other end, I would just cut off like 20 feet and, you know, do for that side, but just for convenience. So I want my black line to be right where that piece of tape is, right? I mean, it's not so precision that you can't be off like 1/8 of an inch. People are not going to notice it because this is a curved line and it's white. I'm not saying that, you know, it might be it's not crucial, okay? All right, so I left a little bit of light right there. All right, so I'm going with that line right there. That's where I'm going to be. You can always pull it back off, okay? So I'm going to head on down with the tape, pulling this as I go. Let's see. Would have been better to cut it off, maybe, right? Huh. All right, here we go. See how it's sticking right there? I don't care, because I can pull it right off. All right, so there I am at my point. I'm going at my 1/8 of an inch. Where's my glue? 1/8 of an inch above the swage line. Giving it a little bit of tension. Okay. Then I'm gonna pull it out again, taking the tape off. I'm not touching the door, just right where the joint is, okay? And I'm gonna look down it, 1/4 inch above the swage line. I'm gonna tap it on again. Pull it off if you need to. All right. Same again, I'm joined at the door seam, okay? Pulling it off. Nice and easy. Don't get it twisted like I'm doing it. I probably should have just unrolled it, would have been easier, right? But this is a good, this is a good thing about the way I do stuff. I demonstrate how not to do it also. There's my point, pulling off the door. Do it at the seam. Now, where am I? Okay, there we go. Back again onto the 1/4 inch above the swage line. Let off the tension a little bit. Push it down. There I am at the seam again. Then heading off to my blue mark down at the front. 1/4 inch again. I got a bug crawling over it, so that's great. Down onto the light. All right, let me show you. So you can look down the side. I've left that there right now. All the way down. No breaks. You don't do a door at a time or a fender at a time, anything like that. And then down to the light. We'll cut this side first. All right. Okay, we're back. So finished this down to there. Gave it a nice push down with your cloth. And you're gonna need either one of these, like for a a Stanley knife, or one of these craft deals like this. This is kind of better. It's what they use professionally, I guess. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some, I'm going to do like an angle. You can do it that way, straight, whatever way you want. What will I do? It's like a go faster. I have this kind of angle there. I got that angle for the fender. Let's go back here and follow that angle. So I'm going to have this kind of angle, come back and just how far? There. There you go. I clean my area because I'm a bit of a clean freak. And then, so that's that. Okay. Then I come to the door. When you get to the door, what you're going to do, get it right in the middle, because you want a little bit of a wraparound. I'm using my fingernail, but use like a plastic scraper, or just make sure you get in there. You want it to stick good in there. You don't want it to start peeling off on you, so make sure it goes all the way in. Same thing with the door. And guess what? I don't have my keys with me. so I can't open the door and wrap it around, but that's what I'm going to do when I get my keys. Same thing, slit in the middle. Same thing. And here, I have a little swage line like that, right? So I'm gonna follow that just back here. I'm not gonna go absolutely crazy, right? So I'm following that line. I'm not gonna go, you're not pushing into the paint, okay? Just enough. Oh, that's where I'm at. I thought it was further back. Well, that looks good. Okay. So the mighty Avalon doors are now open, curving around. Make sure you've cleaned inside your door jambs too, so it sticks. You never know if it's been majorly waxed, right? Same thing here. And I already got the fender, and there you go. Okay, so I got this stuff from AutoZone, multi-stripe. It was like $6, I think. So, you know, it's a cheap way to make a different look. If you don't like the color, look at the other video, take it right back off again, and you know, just changing the look of your car for a week even. All right, it's a fun thing. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Maybe think about subscribing. Thanks a lot. Bye.